Hello? Can you all hear me? How are we all doing? How are we all doing? So we are looking at the round 6 of the UG Rapid Chess Championship. And very soon the games will be coming. Some of the games will be coming on. We are looking at the round 6, I think round 7, or round 6 goes into semi-finals or winners finals, and then the grand finals. And based on whoever wins, if the loser wins, we have a grand finals reset, and then we feel who the winner is. So we have Random Blue versus Banesco. We are waiting for Arakan's game to begin. Arakan is actually the favorite to win this this whole tournament. And we have someone playing. What is this? The Anglo-Scandinavian again. Well, I spoke. Okay, what's going on? Are they joking or are they being serious? Because how did someone just blunder the queen with 10 minutes? What happened here? Is this an actual game? So I'm waiting. I don't know if we can count this game. I don't know if we can count this game as an interesting game. But if this is supposed to be the actual game, then Banaman already has his first win, which is quite interesting, right? So I'm just waiting to see if the game will be redone. It's best of 2. So if you win both games, you automatically win. If you win one, your opponent wins the other one, you go into an Armageddon. So this might be actually the first game. So we have e4, and we'll see based on the page, and we'll see. We have a Sicilian with c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4 for the open. Normally you go knight here. Normally you play like, you see your opponent go like e5. Okay, he goes e6. I should know. I don't know if it's a Taimano Sicilian. I'm not so sure about the lines. But yeah, there are so many. I've recently become a fan of this like f4 idea in any position, not just in like a specific opening, but f4 is becoming a very nice idea for me. You can't lock it, so you have to take it. And black has literally solved his problems. He doesn't have a bad pawn structure. These open lines can be used. Again, I mentioned these points over and over so you can get them. Wherever the apex pawn, the farthest push pawn is, will determine where your play would be best, right? So we have the rook coming out, king castles, and black goes on the offensive. We have g6 to protect. Queen has to come back. Now black has very nice play in the center or on the queen side. He can choose to go either route. Before he wants to develop the knight without consequences. As always, excuse the disconnections and the lag. We are still most people assume that the network and everything is back. Some have just found ways to maneuver around it, but as for whether it's been actually fixed, I can't tell, because when I look at my upload download speed, I think it's like half what it normally is. So please bear with us, or bear with me for the time being. Again, I'm quite interested in knowing what kind of plan black is going to go. He trades. Well, he has the bishop pair, which is always better than this, and then this is an open board, open game, right? So it seems he's going for the queenside expansion, the queenside plan, right? I think that's the idea he wants to go for here. Very nice. Spoiling the pawn structure, winning the pawn. Bannerman is already having a dominant sort of position. Actually, I didn't look at this. Putting pressure on the pawn, forcing the rook to come back and defend, which you don't really want to have. Oh yeah, he had another rook. Yeah, which you don't really often want to have. Pawn push, maybe remaneuver the bishop and then maybe try and get your rook free, because I like black's position. It's not bullet, but for some reason they are all playing like it's bullet. For some reason, even though I feel like I like black, he feels a little bit like he feels a little bit, what's the word, passive. Okay, this king is moving into dangerous territory. Now black really has to try and push a plan. He really has to go for a plan here. It seems he just keeps waiting. He should go for an idea. Are you going to expand in the center? What are you going to do? Are you going to try and force a trade of rooks? What is your plan? Rook is just going to go here and attack. He doesn't do that. One trade of rook is actually very good here. But still, black is not pushing a plan. Yes, I don't know why everybody's playing fast like this, but we'll figure it out one day. But these guys are quite good, or like intermediate chess players. Well, this bishop, I don't like it. If you want to get this position more active, you have to like try and develop your pawns to dark squares, because these are bishops of the same color. If you really want a chance, you have to develop your pawns to like... Wait, bishop takes is actually good here. What was I thinking? Yeah, takes, and then that's it. Black wins. So is this the end? Again, I don't know if this is the end. Arakan versus Sneaker Lord should also be starting soon. I'm looking, but I don't see if the game has started yet. Okay, let's go to Arakan versus Sneaker Lord. Arakan has been playing the London system for some time. Okay, there must be another game. There's going to be another game between Bannerman and Sefa. So d4, knight f6, c4, d5. Now we have a queen's gambit declined. Knight f3 or bishop, actually here bishop to knight f3, bishop to g5 is one of the moves you want to go for. Okay, no, there's no game here. We'll get to, I'll let you know what's the final let's queen's gambit accepted lines with this. Okay, h3. You know, whenever I see this position with the bishop, I always feel like this is funny. I've seen this multiple times, but it's always looking funny. But these queen gambit accepted lines are like that. And if your opponent manages to get c5 at some point, you really have to be careful about what he can do. b4. Again, sorry for the lag. It should ease out at some point in time as the time goes on. I recognize that I'm really dropping frames and the network is not as strong. Actually, it's almost even abysmal. h6. Bishop to h4. Takes. Okay. Finally, he gets c5 in, and now the bishop has become quite active. Very interesting is queen ideas here. Of course, that doesn't work now. Pawn takes, maybe rook takes. But I think that the point is you want to get the bishop here. Now, I'm saying rook takes because maybe you want to try and force the trade of rooks. But ideally, if rook takes, you're going to get bishop here at the end of the whole line. He captures the knight first, trying to weaken his opponent's structure, or removing the queen from this side of the board so that this happens. So the only choice here is to play pawn takes, weakening the structure. Okay, you're still fine here, but now okay, what wait, what? So why would he wow, okay, that's already a mistake, I think, by Arakan. He should be down a piece, right? 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, he's down a piece. He miscalculated there. He should have taken with the pawn and not with the queen. By taking with the queen, he removed the defender of the bishop, and now he lost the he gained the pawn but lost the piece. So he traded a pawn for a bishop. A bishop for a pawn, sorry. Queen to b5. Oh, and now this pawn that we should have been taking eons ago is becoming a thorn. Now the value of pawns increase as they go up the board. Just forgive me here, I don't remember the values, but I think here it's 3, here it's 5, here it's 8. I think. Again, I'm not so sure about this, but I think it's 5 here, 8 here, or it's 3 here, 5 here, one of them. But as the pawn moves up the board, it gains in value. Wait, allowing your opponent to play bishop here helps him to defend the pawn on c7. Well, pawn push is still viable. Queen to h5, targeting these weaknesses. He's like, okay, you want this pawn, you can take this pawn, but once you take this pawn, I'm going to be attacking your weaknesses. Okay, this pawn is actually defended. Oh, we have a check here, but does that really amount to anything? Check here, pawn push. Do we get anything out of that? Takes, queen takes, bishop comes into f. Like, I'm trying to provoke the pawn push and see if we have something after the pawn push. e4. Arakan still trying to press. Okay, he goes for the trade, weakening the position. A ballsy move here is f4, but that doesn't work because of knight takes. Unless, of course, you're willing to go for it, like f4, knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and then you're going to figure out how you're going to do this whole idea. That's up to you. He goes for it. That's the ballsy move here. Trying to force something. Now, should your opponent just retreat, I feel like you've wasted your time. Accepting this is actually bad. Wait, I actually didn't see this. Oh, I missed it. I actually missed that. If I did see that, I wouldn't have concluded the way I concluded. So now I have to play rook to d2. Yeah. Yeah, he missed the exact same thing I missed. Because if it wasn't a checkmate threat, if this wasn't a checkmate threat, then takes here is, I think, winning. So Arakan wins game 1. We are getting ready for game 2. Sneaker Lord is insane, tactically aware. Yeah, he is. He was very tactically aware there. He was very tactically aware there. Just a few misses. Just a few misses. I mean, it was just one actual big miss by Arakan. Mark Gadise. He really could have done more damage there. And sometimes when you go for these, there's a risk with going for these intermezzo moves, right? Intermezzo moves are very good, but if you are not so precise about the position and you play an intermezzo move, you could actually now just lose the position. For example, your opponent attacks your piece with a pawn, and instead of just saving the pawn, you decide to go for an intermezzo move. If you are not so sure that by playing that intermezzo move, your opponent cannot find some way to counter attack, then you shouldn't like go for it, right? That's what mess you up. Has the other game started? I still can't see it. No, it hasn't started. Should have gone e4 before f4. Almost the same result, right? Because it won't be the same, but the point is e4 before what's this? E4, you give the knight a chance to move. Okay. Yeah, but then you can come in here. And if bishop takes, you still don't really have something here. So not really there. Yeah, and what I'm saying, trying to point out is like after pawn push, knight here still threatens checkmate. So you force a trade down. And the more pieces that are being traded down, the better the position is for black. So white is just really struggling here. And even if it did work, black just has to ignore it and he's fine to demonstrate. I don't know how the stream is going for you. I'm sure you can hear my voice, but you can't see the screen properly. But what I'm trying to demonstrate here, I'll try and do it slowly so that you can catch it, even though the screen is lagging. If he plays e4, Mark here can play the move knight to f4. Okay, actually doesn't threaten me, so it's not forced. But my point is, after takes, if you play queen to g4, you come in this. By next week's game has started. That's great. Okay, so this is the resets. Okay, the winner. This is not the grand final, but this is a reset. The loser of either block A or block B plays the winner, and if the loser wins, we have a reset because the winner never lost. So if you understand double elimination rules, like if you watch these Smash tournaments, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, PUBG, all those things, you know what these resets are. No, PUBG is not part of that, sorry. Most of these FGC games, yeah, fighting game, community games. Okay, we had a sort of Queen's Gambit declined, going into this kind of like Catalan position. I really hope the internet comes back soon. It's depressing to see how bad it is. Usually when I see my stream like this, I just turn it off. But what I will do is I will try and re-upload this whole stream. For me, as I'm recording it, nothing is affected. But for you, as you are viewing it, there's a problem. So I might try and re-upload this whole thing. But what I'll do is I'll try and make the games coincide so that it makes sense, unlike the way the stream is up and down, up and down, up and down. So YouTube, welcome. Breaking in the center with the move d5. You must be very sure of yourself. Pawn takes, pawn takes. You now have a very nice pawn here, but what is its purpose? It doesn't have a defender. It may never have a defender. What are you aiming for? Queen is also a move so that you don't leave the pawn stranded. But you really have to be sure of what idea you're going for here. So what is white going to go for? Yeah, I ignore everything. It goes knight. Yeah, knight is very nice on this square. So knight is a very good move. And now this is a target. The C7 square is a target. You can still take it now. Then later you can take on the bishop. You may not really want to take off this bishop because this bishop is bad. The bishop is bad. When you study good bishop versus bad bishop, you see that this bishop is very useless in this position. Maybe if it comes here, then you can worry about it. But over there, it's really useless. So you wouldn't want to trade an active knight for a passive bishop. That's kind of where my mind was at. So now you have to find a way to get this knight to this square. Because the knight would much prefer to be this square. And I was always also wondering why he didn't instantly go for winning this pawn. Because now you really split. You give your opponent 3 pawn islands, which is very unsafe. And these pawns could be very weak. So I was wondering why he didn't go for that. We have queen to c2. Knight jumps into the position. Targeting this, not a problem. Oh, also defending this. Because if bishop takes, pawn takes, in the previous position could play queen takes. But here the bishop is now defending. B3, hinting at bishop coming into this square. Another good move. Okay, the knight unveils himself. He wants to go for the trade of bishops. Interesting. Do you want to allow that? I mean, even if you don't want to allow it, it's going to happen. So you possibly just have to go like bishop takes. He goes for the developing move, saying that if you want to take, I want you to take me, not I will take you. But now looking at the position with the absence of this bishop, I'm looking at this idea with h5, h4. It's going to be pretty scary. Yeah, bishop takes, king takes. And now we can imagine queen to g5 with h5 and h4. It's a very aggressive idea. I mean, you'll be scared to do it because you lose this pawn, but maybe the gains far outweigh the losses. I'm trying to cancel as many internet consuming apps as I have, but still nothing is changing. I'm guessing it's because everybody's in the house today. C6, he goes 9 back. He doesn't go for the offensive idea. I mean, this is very scary in my opinion. He's really focusing on the queen side. I feel like the queen side isn't where he should be focusing on. He also might be scared of weakening his king side. I mean, these are themes you have to get used to seeing to go for them. And again, I could also be being very over aggressive. This is a problem. He goes back. What is going on? This position is just going back and forth. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. If knight takes, queen comes in, check. Then after the king moves, you have knight jumps in here with threats of sacrificing here. But that would actually lead to a draw. Just to demonstrate, we have if knight takes, king goes wherever. We have here now with ideas of this. Okay, the connection is now more stable. Sorry. It's a little bit more stable now. Many of you dropped out, but thanks for still staying with me. Oh boy, and it's gone back again. Wait, did we actually get... No, we didn't actually get that. Oh, he went to weaken the structure and is still forcing the line. I don't really think this is good. Okay, this is your follow-up, but after you play your follow-up, what's next? Rook take? That is... Wait, that means I missed something. Knight jumps in. He took the... Oh, okay. So he's completely fine with losing that. Okay, that's completely fine with me. Maybe if you can get... you don't want to trade queens. Maybe go all the way back. Pawn push, sacrificing the pawn to get an active position. Maybe. These are ideas you can consider. Queen to g5. Now he's forcing the trade of queens, because if you decide not to trade, okay, you could go here, yeah. But I like what Bannerman is trying to do. Rook to g1, and you have to now defend again. Rook to g2, rook ag1, and there's pressure mounting here. You have to defend with your other knight, and you are going to struggle because of h5, h6. Yeah, you are just tied down. Your defense is just tied down. H6 is what's going to be played here. I don't know. Going aggressive here doesn't make much sense. What's his plan? What's his plan with this knight move? Queen comes in here, but you just lose it. So, yeah, pawn push still makes sense to me. Knight jumps back is not a good idea, but pawn takes, I think, works. Maybe the last attempt you should have tried is the pawn push, but I think you should have gone like rook first. Oh, okay, no, rook first is actually bad. Yeah, rook first is actually bad. Yeah, so it makes perfect sense. Wait, pawn takes. Oh, we can't go to the back rank. Bishop takes is, yes, bishop takes is also fine. Yeah, because now you go back, check. Attacking the queen. And it counts with double check, right? Because if you play check here, the king goes in here. You take with check again, the king takes. You can check again and win the knight. This is completely winning. So here we go. Well, was I dreaming the position? Because I think that works. Oh no, knight takes. I don't know what I was dreaming there. Yeah, knight just takes the queen. Yeah. Maybe rook here. Yeah, so knight comes in here. This is the next move, I'm guessing. Or maybe not there, but rook to g1. I'm looking at rook to f1, rook to g1. Rook to g1 seems to be the most annoying. I'm missing so many things, guys. Check. Yeah, you just have to block with your knight. Rook to f1. How do you block that one? And now there's this annoying back rank move idea. Oh, pawn takes is actually good for white. Pawn takes, and then I have a passed pawn. That's 3 passed pawns. Right now, you don't even need to hold this position. Just go queen takes, rook takes, king takes, and then you just start pushing. At this point, you're just completely winning. Queen takes. That's a blunder. Queen e6 is a blunder. Queen takes. There's no what do you call it? Stalemate. So takes here is checkmate. Taking the pawn might be stalemate. So just take the knight and that's checkmate. Very nice. So Bannerman wins. Another game. Bannerman has to win another game to qualify for the grand finals. Arakan's game should be going on versus Sneaker Lord. Okay, so this is game 2. This should be game 2. Okay, this should be game 2. Uh-oh. Arakan seems to be having network problems. It's possible that's also why he's also like making some slight errors. But it's not the current position. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wow. Sneaker Lord is really giving Arakan a tough time. He's really giving him a tough time. Oh, this just loses the pawn. Yeah. So I think I can go rook takes. Bishop takes check does nothing. I don't see any trick here, to be frank. I think the pawn is free. I genuinely think the pawn is free. You can play rook takes, but I don't think it amounts to much. He goes queen with what idea in mind? Why queen when you could just go this way? Okay, getting out of the pin first. I get it. White also loses a pawn. Yeah, white does lose this pawn, but it still seems to me that white is in a better position than black. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. White also loses a pawn, but again, there's this pass pawn here that you have to think about. So I'm guessing now rook takes e6. He's delaying this move. He's really playing uber aggressive, and that could really bite him in the back very soon. Okay, so maybe f3. f4 might be too much of an opening because takes, bishop takes, and now your opponent slides in with threats here. So maybe you don't want to go for that. Let me observe how the stream is going. Rook takes e3. I'm expecting rook takes e3 a long time ago, but it's not coming, and I don't think it will ever happen. And that will be a problem for black in due time. Okay, queen comes in here, targeting the pawn, targeting the bishop. Bishop would have to run all the way here, or maybe here to come in this way at some point. Okay, bishop to a5. And are we finally taking this guy? Like, finally. Rook takes e. And now queen takes. Wait, what? Oh, okay. He blocks with the check. Blocks, and now rook queen to e8. He takes the queen. Interesting. Rook to... He doesn't go there. Bishop takes check. What is his plan? What is Arakan's plan here? He has successfully split the pawn takes. What is he aiming for? Okay, the pawn can't take, but what is he aiming for? Okay, now bishop takes. Pawn push. Okay, that's fine. Bishop is on the dark square. We have two dark square bishop. Putting your pawns on light squares is a very nice idea. He has mate possibilities. They don't work, but they are possibilities. Attacking the bishop, and if he can get staying on the light squares, stay on the light squares, stay on the light squares. Bishop is now under attack. Bishop has to move somewhere. Maybe rook comes in here, and if we can get to the background, that's checkmate. So maybe bishop here is the best option to prevent, maybe to slow it down or something of that sort. Rook a5. Sorry, rook a6. And now you are being threatened with a mate, so you have to defend with your rook. If rook c5, you can play takes here, right? Yeah, can't you play bishop takes c3? Because if no, you can't do that here. Because if bishop takes, then you can't come into the back here. So that's wrong by me. Check. Oh, okay. You still can't win this. You still can't win this. Bishop. Yeah, bishop to c6. Bishop to c6. Very nice. Bishop to c6 by Arakan. If you move, is checkmate. Bishop takes is checkmate. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, you lose the bishop. Very nice. Yeah, so this is using the threat of a checkmate. So we mentioned that there were possibilities of doing that, and it seems White did not see those ideas, and that's what caused. Oh, rook takes is fine. Rook takes creates checkmate possibilities. You still have the checkmate idea, so you have to move the king, and now let's say king comes in, rook comes in here to threaten the back rank or something. Yeah, but it's completely over now. Okay, it might still require technique, but it's over. Here, I won't recommend doing something like rook and then takes. So that's completely fine. Here, oh, bishop. Oh, that's so beautiful. Takes, pawn push. The king can't stop it. Nicely played by Arakan. Nicely played by Arakan. It felt like White had the position, but for some reason White wasn't playing well, and Black managed to counter in the end game, which is story of my life. Bannerman's second game hasn't begun yet, or it has already ended because of how they play like bullet when it's a rapid game. Waiting for their next game. Waiting for their next game. Again, facing some net issues. But right now it's stabilized a bit. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for joining. As always, it's PM Chess, and we are covering the UG Rapid Chess Championships. I think this is round 6 and round 7, or just round 6, and then we move into the grand finals. We have the winners block A, winners block B. In the winners block A, sorry, in block A, we have the winner of block A versus the we have the person in the winner section, the person in the loser section playing. In block B, we have the person in the winner section, and the person in the losers section playing. And if the loser wins, we have a reset, and they play again, and the winner gets into the grand finals. So for example, in the case of Bannerman versus Random Noob, I guess, Bannerman won the first set. we had a reset, and Bannerman is on his way to win the second set. He's won the first game in the second set. In the case of Arakan, we have a third game we have an Armageddon game to be played. They're going to bid on times. Okay, actually Bannerman won. I think he won the second set. Is what I'm seeing on the page here. So Bannerman has qualified for the grand finals, and yeah. Okay, so we just need Arakan versus Sneaker Lord. We just need their third game, and then we know who qualifies for the grand final. From what I'm seeing here, Arakan is really struggling with internet, but despite that, he's pulling through, and that's cool. Whilst we do that, I'm seeing people pointing out a nice move by Bannerman, and I think it demonstrates my point concerning intermezzo attacks. So let me just look briefly at that game, and I think that's this. We saw Rook at a point where Rook to F2, right? Rook to F2. Sorry. How do I put this? Your opponent is threatening to come in for a checkmate idea, right? And okay, I'm trying to explain it. Okay, actually, this is not really a good example because the queen is under attack here. But the point is, for example, you'd want to play like h5 here to kind of slow down this idea. But to go for a more active plan of this, especially when other things are coming into play, might create a problem. But yeah. Queen here is very nice. Wait, had the Armageddon started? Actually, the position that you really explained what I was trying to cover. I really wish there was an example we get in the game and I can use that to explain. Okay. But yeah, this move is actually good because you have two bishops again. I like the bishops when they are standing down on the king side. But the point is, if your opponent does try to get checkmate, then you get checkmate first. That's the most painful part about chess sometimes. And yeah. Bishop to h2 check. The point is, if the king takes, you lose your rook. And if the queen takes... Actually, that's not so easy to see. If the queen takes, you have takes. And again, I don't see the killer blow, which is why I'm not so convinced about this whole idea. But let's see how he plays it. Takes. His opponent got scared. And after the reroute... Oh my goodness. Interesting. So Banesco, let me know if the other rounds have begun. But I feel like there's supposed to be an Armageddon being played between Arakan, Magadise, and Shatarufus, or whoever. I don't know his real name, random move. I think they should have one more game. Unless, of course, let me check and be sure. Yeah, they've only played 2 games. Sneaker won the first one, Arakan won the second one, so we need one more game. Seeing this tournament reminds me of when I was a student and we were really trying to push chess on campus. During that time, chess had really come down, and we are really trying to push it. So we had Joel, Bubu, can't remember all their names. Nana Kwame, I think, and some other people were really trying to push the game of chess. And we started this individuals tournament like you guys are doing, but ours was OTB, over the board. So in a week, you would be given who your opponent is. You and your opponent have to decide on a day you want to meet, and then you would play your game and report the results. So you have to take a picture of the board and then send the results that you agree with the results, so that we know. And I wish I had those results. I did. That was one of the few tournaments I did very well, because I used to lose a lot of games, right? I used to lose a lot of games. Some I won and some I lost. And that was but most I lost at the time. And that was one of the times I got in contact with Mark Gadise. I recall I played against him at Pentagon around 8 p.m. and it was a 15+10 game. I had a winning position, but I didn't know how to win it. So he offered me a draw and I accepted. That was a big thing for me. The next thing was to play against Pascal. Pascal is I think Algerian or Nigerian or Liberian, who came on an exchange program. Very dangerous attacker in the same-ish of the King's Indian defense. Yeah, I don't remember what my position was, but I think I was in top 10. Not top 5, but top 10. So seeing this tournament reminds me of those times. It was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. And currently some of those people like Joel and Pascal, who I struggle to beat right now, I mean, it's better off. Like, I don't struggle as much to beat them. They are strong players in their own right, but maybe I think because of like work and whatever, they stopped learning. I was crazy, you know. I would say that Josh is much more crazy than me, but I was crazy. I used to sit down 32 hours consistently just playing chess games, and it was purely 15+10 or 30+30, not 30+0, 30+30. And that's kind of like how I started my chess journey. Arakan's game has begun. We can jump straight into it. Oh, Arakan has been bidding crazy low time because he's very confident in his blitz skills. Okay, we have castles here, so he gets. Wait, how does Arakan get white? No, if it's Armageddon, the person who gets the lowest bid gets black. And then the person who gets white gets the original time. While the person who gets black keeps his time bid. There might be an issue here. At least that's how I know Armageddon laws work. Unless of course they are running different Armageddon laws. Because white doesn't get low time. Unless of course there's something going on and Mark doesn't have a lot of time. Yes, the time doesn't make any sense to me. The time doesn't make any sense to me. Because as far as I'm, yeah, 5+0, but Sneaker Lord has 10 minutes. It doesn't make sense. From what I understand in Armageddon rules, both players bid on time, right? Both players bid on the time, right? So if you're supposed to play, let's say 10 minutes, both players will bid as low as possible. The person who gets the lowest time gets black because he's just hoping for a draw. And whoever gets black keeps his time bid. So if I bid 8 minutes 30 seconds, I keep 8 minutes 30 seconds as black. And even though my opponent, let's say, bid 8 minutes 40 seconds, he gets the full time, but he plays as white. So the Armageddon is not make again. Maybe they have special laws, but this is one of the classic examples you get in the reassess your chess concerning space, and this is one of the very nice examples you get about space, though it was towards the king side. But anyways, it's very nice. I mean, Arakan is like, I get low time, but I'm still fine. I don't think you have a problem if he wins this, so let's just leave it. If he loses it, he can complain that he had low time. But if he wins it, we just take the win and say, I was great. I don't know. Is Charles on this page? If Charles is around, please can you explain why Arakan has low time? Just in case maybe I'm missing something. I don't want to be making mistakes in my assessment here. Because I mean, like, if there was a problem, I think Banaman would have mentioned, Arakan would have mentioned it, right? Because I don't think you would want such a situation. I'm still wondering what happened. Pawn push, what do you do? Bring the bishop back here. Trade off the bishops. Bishop, rook takes. You don't trade off all the rooks. I don't think that's what a viable plan. I think the players made that mistakes themselves. The times are correct. Okay, good. I like the clarification. So only the colors are wrong. Great. Wait, okay, nice. Great. So it's I mean, if Arakan wins, it's a flex. If he loses, he can complain. I mean, how else would you put it? So yeah. Or maybe they're not aware of, I mean, they're already playing, so there's nothing we can do about it. But anyway, no respect for king safety. Pushing all the pawns. This can bite him back, or this can be the most genius thing he has ever done in his entire chess career. But I'm interested, like, so if he does lose, right? If he does lose, and he sends a complaint that the colors were wrong, is that a valid argument? Is that valid? Okay, doesn't work, but fine. I like black so far. If you are wondering what my assumption is, I like black. The king is not as loose. This knight can really cause problems. For example, if you can get to a square like f5. f5, I don't know how you're going to defend these guys. And you don't think it is? Same here, but let's see. If the bishop has to be tied down to the defense like this, he's forcing open squares. I don't know if I like that whole idea, but sure. The king, his opponent's king is not as safe. If takes, now we put pressure on this f3 pawn. King can come in to defend. Queen rather comes in. Wait, coming in this way, but oh, that's what I was talking about, coming in to defend this way. But anyways, Arakan loses this, unfortunately. This is the upset. He qualifies with a draw, but if he was black, I don't know how we would think about it. Right? I don't know if you get what you guys. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. If Arakan was black and he draws, that's a victory for him. But here's the case: he's white, and white is supposed to win. So if white draws, do we then say that he's won? Maybe. I mean, I think that's viable. But whatever, it's the case. It's the case. But here Arakan loses. Sneaker Lord wins. Again, Arakan played in a very wrong fashion. Do not push your pawns like this. That's the reason why the f pawn is called a forget about it pawn. And this is the upset we're looking for. Everybody expected Arakan to win, but Sneaker Lord defeats Arakan here. We'll wait to see if there's any dispute. This is game 3, so they mix the colors. I get that. I get that, but it could be a point of contention, right? It could be a point of contention, which I think should have been raised like much earlier. So Arakan should have been like, yo, my time is low and I'm playing as white. It does not make any sense. Check this out. Someone is saying another match. I'm waiting for confirmation. But yeah, Arakan was expected to win, but Sneaker Lord does the impossible. That's the improbable. Actually didn't look so improbable from the way the games were played, but yeah. There's going to be another game. That's interesting. Why is there going to be another game? Is this a reset? I think this is a reset. I think this is a bracket reset. I think this is a bracket reset. Let me confirm this. Yes. Okay, so guys, it's not over for Arakan yet. He loses, but he was in the winner's bracket. So since he hasn't lost again, this loss has sent him into the loser's bracket, right? It's double elimination. So you have to lose twice before you are not kicked out of the tournament. And this is his first ever loss. So he's now in the loser's bracket and he has to play against Sneaker Lord for the second time. So it's not over. He can really take it back. And that is going to be great. So it's not an upset, guys. It's not an upset. It's just a reset. I mean, if I was Arakan, I'd be like, thank you, because I thought I've lost everything, but now it's completely fine. So he's good. Just waiting for the next game to start. Just waiting for the next game to start. Yeah, so more story time. So I was teammates with maybe you know some of them. Toby Felix, Clinton Fomevo, Banaman, Akin Sakenten, and on occasion Bafo. So those were basically my teammates. And the females, I mentioned Toby. Maud wasn't my teammate at the time, so it was Toby Felix. Actually, I've not been the same team with Maud before. So Toby Felix, Gijo, Lady, and I think on occasion I forget the name. Yeah, but those were my basically my teammates in the University of Ghana. I mean, when you have a team like that, you really have to pull your weight. You really have to pull your weight. Clinton has been strong ever since. Toby, very strong female player, beating the guys all the time. Lady had so much promise. You know, one of the things that normally I do is when I see that a female has so much promise, I really want to help her out, but I never get the opportunity to. You know, it's sometimes I don't know, but of course I'm not the best person to teach them. So if they go to stronger players to teach them, that makes like perfect sense. But sometimes I just feel like maybe I would do a good job, you know. So Lady and Gertrude, they are like similar. Maybe Gertrude has more talent than okay, let me not put myself in any trouble here. Let me not put myself in any trouble here. Okay, my hands are up. I've zipped my mouth. I'm not saying any more things that could get me in trouble. But yeah, Lady was very good. Gertrude is very good. And yeah. And yeah. So they did very well. They did very well. Clinton, we can see, went on to become a monster in Ghana chess. Toby, she put down her gloves. and lady other things. Just a few are still around, you know. Okay, I've just sent the. I'm still waiting for the game to start, so I'm just passing the time with story time. Just okay, finally. So this is the second match. Second match, game 1. Okay, d4, knight f6. We have a landing system. Oh my goodness. You can play the Jubava here, very nice, with knight, and then you go e4. Yes, yes, this is beautiful chess. No, you play queen to d2. Queen to d2, yes. Queen to d2. He's playing a King's Indian defense, very nice. Okay, now you can go castle's queenside. No, that's too rushed. Castle's queenside, you don't want to. Oh my goodness, you don't want to resolve the tension. Castle queenside, you don't want to resolve the tension so early. Yes, now you are forced to play takes. You want to actually take in a different way. h4, h5. Then you play takes, then takes, right? Then after bishop, sorry, then you play takes. If takes, wherever takes, you take, and now you have queen check because the rook is joining the attack. Oh no, this is fine. I'm just over exaggerating. But normally white castle's queenside here after trading off the dark squared bishop, because now your opponent can't use the bishop to attack your queenside, and then you go for a kingside idea. So that's what I'm emphasizing here. Those are the plans that you can go for here as white. Wow, that is a nice move. It's a pawn sacrifice, but it weakens your opponent's king position like sufficiently, and you can really build up. So yeah, very beautiful. You see, so this is an example of why sometimes players don't capture pawns when they can. Okay, so let's say knight takes. Okay, that's fine. I'll just doing some strange calculations here. You can come in here with check. That doesn't work though. Okay, check here does in a sense work. It's just a one move threat, but that's about it. Queen comes in check. You can play that. Then move your bishop somewhere. Bishop check is also an idea that you can move in somewhere. Queen check is an idea you can move in somewhere. Which idea is he going to go for here? Queen check, bishop check, knight check. Of all the two, I think he castles immediately, losing the bishop. I don't know if you wanted to lose the bishop really. I don't think you would have wanted to lose the bishop. I think that you really needed the bishop. So I was kind of advocating for bishop check or queen check first, then move the bishop to this square. But I think he was afraid of abandoning the castling idea. Because right now, as you can see, it's like now black is counter-attacking. Right? You really wanted to be the one attacking here. I mean, you can still go for the aggressive plans, but you have to be very, very precise. Again, g4 is met with bishop takes, so again, precise. Bishop takes not so good because you pin yourself. Attacks are going to be launched out. That's fine. But like, how do you deal with the impending attack? Because now if the pawn push, I don't know how you deal with this. Okay. He goes for that defensive move. Okay. Now pawn push, not so scary anymore. Eventually knight comes in, force a trade-off, and then attack from there. Game can go both ways in my opinion. Bishop takes. Yeah, pawn push. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Come back. The pawn push is definitely still scary. I do not undermine that idea in any way. Okay, threatening this. And this is kind of why I didn't want the queen to move. So you have to sacrifice your knight to still survive. Because you can't do anything. Yeah. Arakan loses game 1. He has to win game 2 to send it into Armageddon. Guys, in case you were wondering, Sneaker Lord played the London system. So for all of you who are listening to Maxwell on the BCA channel, listen to me. The London system helps you beat players stronger than you. I'm so sad Maxwell isn't watching this. But Maxwell, the London system is all powerful. What? White playing passively. Are we going for a King's Indian attack idea? Or did he mean to go d4 and then he mouse slipped? Or finger slipped? Okay. E4 is better than d4. Beto, get out of the chat. Beto, get out of the chat. I'm sacking you from the stream. I'm sacking you from the stream. Go and never come back. Go and never come back. How can you get a London if you don't play d4? Italian is a weak form of the London system. Italian is a weak form. The Italian wishes it was the London system. Facts? I'm going to start banning people. I'm just kidding. What do you mean? E4? E4 is boring. Real chess is played in d4. Real chess is played in d4. Principled, positional, romantic, beautiful chess is played in d4. I don't know who taught you guys chess, but he made a mistake. d4 is always better than e4. I mean, play e4, you get the Berlin. You play e4, you get the French. You play e4, you get the what's it called? What's the other boring opening? I mean, e4 doesn't give you any excitement in chess, right? e4 lovers, I think you guys are being deceived by Asian chess when everybody played e4. But it's not e4, it's d4. Yeah, and Bobby Fischer is not the current best chess player by rating. So, I mean, Magnus plays the London. Is it Gukesh? What's that guy's? Why can't I just seem to remember this guy's name? This Indian player's name. It's not Vidit Gujrati. It's... Oh, come on. I can't remember his name. Yes, Vienna is boring. Spanish is a waste of time. I'm really putting myself in trouble. Anyways. Magnus doesn't exclusively play the Catalan. And that's a d4 opening, in case you're wondering. So d4 is still superior to e4. Not Pragananda. Pragananda doesn't play the London. Not Prague's best friend. There's three. There's this trifecta. Oh, he plays the London system as white. I just don't know why I can't remember his name. But don't worry, his name will come in one day when I don't need to know his name. But I hope you guys are excited for the tournament starting on Tuesday. I forgot what it's called. The Grenke Chess Championships. Dink is going to be playing. Magnus is going to be playing. It's a rapid chess tournament. I'm really hoping Dink does very well. Why again? This did not work. This did not work. Like, Erigaisi. Arjun Erigaisi. Sneaker Lord wants the draw, but Arakan is playing overly. This is what I was talking about. Overly aggressive chess. It bites like poison. If your opponent is cool, calm, collected, he can weather whatever storm you're trying to produce here, and it will lead to nothingness. Arakan can really play principal chess. I really don't know what he's doing. Yeah, you know, I keep pointing this out. Ding said in an interview, I think after he became the world champion, that he was either before or after he became the world champion, that he wanted to retire. I'll have to find that interview and place it somewhere. He wanted to retire from chess after the candidates, but then he was called back. So you can see a loss in a sense of motivation on Ding's side. But now that he's the world champion, he has to. Oh, yeah. Like I said, he's trying to force a situation, now he's losing. It's either that or he wants to lose. I mean, I don't know how else you explain this. Yeah, I think he just wants to lose. I personally think he wants to lose. Because I know Mark Gadi said he plays far better chess than this. He plays superb chess. I'm a bit disappointed to see him play like this. Moral of this story: the London system is the best. That's the moral of this story. The London system triggered Arakan so much that he lost. So what this means is that we are going into our grand finals, if I'm right, and it's going to be between Sneaker Lord and the other guy. Arakan is still playing Bullet. It's not Bullet he's playing. I don't know. Okay. Amazing how both winners are from the losers. Yeah, that's what Huey is saying here, and that's true. I mean, what else can we do? Hey, very good. You are late. We are getting ready for the grand finals. I wonder if the grand finals has a different time control. I mean, since the grand finals contains people from both the loser section, I don't think we'll have two sets. There's no way we can get a grand finals reset. But maybe they'll use the same time control, or they'll play a 15 plus 10, which will last 2 more hours. I'm kidding. I doubt that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, interesting. He was going over aggressive. Again, like I was saying, this didn't work the last time. So I don't know why he went with it again. Really forced the king forward. Like, really forced the king forward here. He did do some principled things. For example, putting his pawns on light squares. All principled. Though, I mean, these pawns fine. Okay. So any questions, any contributions? If you guys have anything you want to ask, anything you want to look at concerning the games, maybe you saw a specific position you want to know, let me know. Again, I was asking, I'm still disturbing Farida. Please, if anyone is not training her, please train her. We need lots of female players in chess. Please train them. I don't know Farida, that's what I'm mentioning here. I don't know any other person. But yeah, please train them, give them the Judith Polgar treatment, let them become very strong and beat the guys. It's so funny how Judith Polgar, Susan Polgar, and what's the other one? I've forgotten the other one's name. The last one always skips me. But the whole point is that okay, I don't want to say this again. I'm saying things that are. I mean, this is said. I mean, it's a test on. I think the father was trying to explain that anybody could be a genius. There's also Irene. Irene. Okay. So guys, help them out. Okay, help them out. Help them out. And let's see them all. She won't mind you. Well, the independent types who want to learn on their own and don't want anyone to help them. Well, I mean, that's cool, but you do need people to help you in chess, otherwise you struggle. I mean, videos are good, but they can only take you a certain degree. I think one of the things I've experienced so far, one of the things I've seen so far is that anybody who has a coach just seems to develop at a very fast rate. Lula Roberts, if you watch Lula Rob's chess channel, you see that all of a sudden she's a candidate master with a rating of 1700. I'm like, what? Okay, 1700 on chess.com, I think 1600, 1500, 1600 on FIDE, I'm not so sure. Then you look at Andrea Botes. I think I recall when she started. All of a sudden she's around like 1800. I think chess.com or something like that. Or FIDE. The presence of a coach is crazy. Especially a coach who knows what he's doing. It's crazy. So in as much as yes, I believe you can go far on your own, the presence of a coach is necessary. I mean, before the whole Hans Niemann controversy came about, he's somebody I really followed, mainly because I mean he's far younger than me, but my motivation for following him is he didn't have a coach, yet he managed to become a grandmaster. But what we later on realized when the controversy came up is that he did have a coach at some point in his life, you know. So I don't want to I don't want to de-esteem the importance of having a coach. I think it really does help. So in as much as you want to be independent and do your own thing, I think you should look for a coach. Yeah. So very good. She will mind you, okay? All you have to do is play 100 games versus her, beat her 100 of the time, and she will definitely mind you. Oh, I have so many bad flashbacks. I lost 100 games before I won my first game. It's more than 100, but I only remember 100. I stopped at 100. I had the highest loss record in Achimota school, mainly because I played only the top 2 students in the school. So anytime we oh yes, that's actually very true. That's actually very true. Okay, then at her own pace is fine. At her own pace is fine. But she should be practicing, you know? I mean, I don't chess is a game and I don't think you should. Unless of course you're pursuing a career in it, I don't think you should over exert yourself in studying chess. It is at the end of the day a game for most of us. So yeah, if you want to study in school, that's fine. You can put it off until you're done. But if, for example, you do have time, you know, most university students think that they don't have time. You have time. Like, you guys have so much time, you just don't know. Like, you have so much time. You guys have so much time. You mean, I mean, maybe I'll give a caveat to the law students, math students. I don't really know, but you do have time. So medical students, you do have time. So if you can at least give yourself 30 minutes to an hour in a day to do something chess, maybe 3 times in a week, twice in a week, I think you'll be able to progress, albeit very slowly. Because even at a point, school got in the way of Toby's own. Yeah. For me, work got in the way of chess. She's the Need I say more? Need I say more? Need I say more? Wait, what's happening? It's like I could predict. Yeah, so I guess you can just let her go. If she's not willing, just let her go. And I think I should just also say I'm trying to get myself out of any problem that can come up. You know, Gotham just says it that he ends it there. Maybe I should just be like Gotham and just say my mind and then go. But the fact that I didn't mention your course doesn't mean your course is not a good course. I'm just talking about the one that is more demanding, right? Because I think if I recall, my time in the university, you have 24 credit hours. You cannot go beyond 24 credit hours. That's the limit. And some courses go 24 credit hours. Sometimes you might have to go beyond, because I did agricultural science. We're always doing about 22, 23 credit hours. To the extent that I had to do one of my level 200 courses in 300. That is the issue I had, you know. So that's what I'm talking about, the demand of the course, not necessarily that it's more productive than your course. Just to save myself from anybody. Yeah, I'm just talking about the demands of the course. We are still waiting for the last games to happen. Yeah. I'm trying to find out what time the grand final is starting. I'll see if I can go for a break and then maybe get some water and get something. It starts at 9. Okay, guys. Being political, yes, I have learned it, but don't worry. Who knows? Maybe one day I just won't care. You know, I think these days everyone is getting very soft and getting very easily agitated by the small things people say. But I mean, if you know the value of what you are doing, I don't think my comment should drive you away from whatever it is you are doing, right? So don't be triggered by it. But for now, I'm just covering my bases before someone stresses me out. So the grand final starts at 9. I'm just going to go and get some water, stretch my legs. As you can see, I should have actually been going for a program, but when I checked before the tournament started today, I checked the live stream of the program, and I wasn't just late, I was like woefully late. I was 2.5 hours late. I was thinking that I'll just be an hour late, and I just said, okay, you know what, I'll be here. So guys, I'll be back in a bit. 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere, or you can go somewhere but leave your phone on this page. It does help me a lot. Like the stream if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Twitch, and I'll see you guys soon. And we are back. And we are back. So the finale is between. Ooh, man is tired. Sneaker Lord versus Banesco. And third and fourth place is Arakan versus Random Noob. So we are going to just focus on the grand finals. If of course the grand finals like has a break and there's no match going on, then we will move on to the third and the fourth place match between Arakan and the Random Noob. But our focus is gonna be on Panaman versus Sneaker Lord. Hope you guys are excited. I'm supporting Sneaker Lord for one reason and one reason only. The London system. That is all. Beyond that, I don't know him. I don't know if I've met him. I don't know anything. All I know is that there's a London system and I support the London system player. The right person for me to support is Bannerman, since he's my teammate from when I was University of Ghana. But London system over everything, right? So I can't wait to see what happens. We're just waiting for the game to start. Sneaker Lord is online. He's playing. I'm sure he's playing some tactics, warming up. And I'm sure Bannerman is sitting down in his living room drinking some fruit juice, stretching, knowing that he's gonna trounce his opponent. Let's see whose mentality wins. The laid back mentality or the high intensity mentality. Bannerman, where are you? Defend your honor on the chessboard. Still can't see him. Okay, just to pass the time while we wait. Okay. Okay. That's actually wrong by me, but we'll take it. Okay, thank goodness. We are playing bad chess in a good way. Oh, he doesn't allow me to get what I want. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. I will definitely take it. Okay. Okay. Check. That is completely fine with me. Time is of the essence. But I have no sense of time. Okay. 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 And we can promote. Whoop, 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 whoop. And that's it. Okay. No rematch. Okay, rematch since... No, it started. No! Sorry. Nice. I close my eyes for 20 seconds and they start. Can you imagine? So we have a London system here. And okay, this is all fine. Yeah. E5, typical idea. Very good idea here. Normally when they play, typically when they play, I go bishop to h4. Because if your opponent comes back this way, you just want to trade off and you are winning. Pawn push is fine, but after pawn takes... Oh, actually, this is very good. Now bishop goes in, you have takes with check, and you come back. Woo! Back to c2. Okay, so we have the game between Bannerman and Sneaker Lord. We have a London system, tried and true, best opening in the world. We get in this line, and like I've mentioned, c4 is a slightly inaccurate move, and white goes for an offensive play here with a slight tactic winning a pawn. And now we get into this position where white hopes to convert this into a very strong advantage, bringing in the knights. There's so much play going on the king side. Castling queen side is an option, but you have to be very careful of your opponent blocking your bishop, which is why I wanted the bishop to go back first. So if you want to like try and hold on to this, maybe you should play like queen to d2. And the point is, if your opponent does try a move like g6, your queen can come in here to try and cause problems. I still think that move is bad. Maybe check, then you play your knight in here, and then you attempt to come. Now what do you do with this move? Right, g6 is what I'm trying to stop. Yeah, that's kind of like why you want to go queen d2. It's a slightly tricky move. It doesn't really help much, but I mean, you can do what you want to do. At the moment, the bishop is fine, but not for long. Yeah, queen d2, queen e3. He's going to lose the bishop. That's what he has decided. He's going to lose the bishop. Strange decision, but he decides to go for a rook takes, and maybe you go check. Or did he miss it? He suddenly pauses. Okay. Yeah, because this move was very much in the works. So queen e6 is a nice idea to try and get there. Yeah, you could have played this many times ago. King goes further in, not a safe square to be in, but that's what you can do at this point. Maybe you want to try and walk your king to a safer side, place on the queen side. Because this check doesn't win anything. Oh, it actually does. Actually, it does. Yes, Sneaker Lord would have been much more tricky some moves ago. Maybe the engine agrees with it, but looking at it, I'm like, there should have been something else he could have done. He missed the free queen. Where? As it stands, I've not seen a free queen. As it stands, I've not seen a free queen. Okay, so we get this. Sorry, queen here, rook here. If you can, try and put pressure here. But I don't think that works. I mean, it's very difficult to find a way forward. Maybe play queen to d8, h8, preventing this bishop from developing so that you can capture this rook. And at the same time, if your opponent gets too aggressive or moves the queen away from the defense here, then you want to go for that. So queen h8 looks good. Yeah, now your opponent doesn't have to attack you immediately. Now the bishop can come out and develop elsewhere. So you just wanted to slow down the development of the bishop, which is why I recommended this. Yeah, and now the rook is free. I mean, you can go here and then knight jumps into f5 to g5 to put pressure on this pawn. That may be his idea. Rook f7. Maybe rook f7 is the last. No. Why did I say? Yeah, rook f7. Rook f7. I know the knight to g5 queen can take, but takes here, king moves, then you take the pawn, the bishop, right? Have no fear. You have to go back. Check again. No, rook check. Rook check. Wait, which check is actually better? Queen check. Yeah, queen check is better, right? Because queen check, you can actually come back here with a check. King goes into a light square, and then you have rook back checkmate. So queen check is actually the better one. Queen check. What do you do if bishop blocks? You go rook to h. No, you can't go rook to h8. That's sucky. g4. Where g4 where no, it wasn't a free queen. But if you play knight check, the queen just takes. It wasn't a free queen. Yeah, so check here. What we have to resolve is if bishop blocks. Okay, if bishop blocks, we have check here again. If bishop blocks again, we still have the rook here with check. That's the important part, because if once the move rooks, this is checkmate. So if the king comes in here, we have check here, comes in here, check here, and we might go for perpetual. I mean, if white cannot find a win, white should go for a draw, I think. Tense position here. Wait, can the knight jump in at some point? Bishop block, comes in check. Check here. King comes in this way. Knight comes in, check doesn't work. Because after knight check, knight takes, queen takes, you have... Actually, you don't have any problem there. But what about... Still... Okay, that's a good way to not start, because now you lose your knight. You could have developed the knight somewhere before playing a3. Oh, or the trick is rook to h7. Could that be what he was planning? Rook to h7. Queen takes check. Okay, maybe it was rook to h7. Rook to h7 would have been very nice. Very nice trick, because your opponent can't really defend it. I think rook to h7 was actually good. Yeah, that would have been a nice and sneaky plan, befitting of his name. So now check. If king comes in here, check. It's not over. It's a different position now. If king comes back up, now we have check. So, okay, how do we get this? Pawn push again. One more pawn push. But the knight goes. The knight develops somewhere. But we just win the knight if the knight develops. Okay, actually, no, we don't win the knight. Okay, we can take this guy for free. Bishop takes is fine, because now we can take here, check. We can win these 2 pawns. So the only square for the knight is maybe not the only, but the knight can move here or here. That is risky, because you're allowing check, and this rook is still there. Like, this rook still exists. And after check, when your king moves back, now we have queen takes here, and we may be threatening some dangerous stuff. I'm not so sure though. But I think you want to do check here and then bring the rook. I think that's very key to prevent the king from coming back and then going for perpetual. Then you want to go queen takes. Light squares, dark squares. I don't really know. Okay, light squares. Takes here, you are... Oh, I don't even know I was going all the way there. Yeah, this is just fine. Check. If the king goes here, it's checkmate. So now I come in here targeting the rook and then threatening mate on this square. Unless, of course, this is a tactic I don't see, but this is where I'm looking at. To come in here. And there's no defense. If this queen was on a light square, maybe your opponent had a defense, because now queen check, 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 check is fine. But it's on a dark square, so I don't really know. And once your queen comes in here, this is not a scary move because you just take the queen for free. Don't you just love it when everything, like when plans come together sometimes like this? You know? Queen takes. I think he rushed the pawn push. I was loving the move, but pawn push was rushed. And now this is a problematic position. This kind of what I meant by if he gets the chance to draw, he should take the draw. But I think he went about it the wrong way. I think he could have still had the knight in this position. I think playing this move first was wrong. He could have still had the knight in the position, or he could have treated it in a different way. So for example, knight here to take here. Nah, it's almost the exact same thing. I think his point of sacrificing the knight was to get this like rank, but for some reason it's like it's backfiring. Now, because now what do you do? Yeah, I think you can resign here. The game is still going on, but I wanted to take a look at this this position. Here. Here. Was it here? Yeah, so after he took here, I want to take a look at this position. What does... Okay, plays rook to g7. Okay, that's fine. But what does he do after this? Pawn push here, and now rook here. Simply threatening checkmate here. How does your opponent defend against this? Bishop here is checkmate. Queen here, you win the queen and you're winning the game. I don't see how you dodge this. Is there a knight block? I don't see it. Nothing. Queen comes in check, and then... So I thought this... We'll have to look at this with the engine and see if what we are looking at is actually right. But let's look at the actual game for now. That's a very funny maneuver there. So after this, we have rook and then rook again. Interesting. Now, I think it can't happen now, but maybe there are some possibilities of moves. Queen. Okay, there's a square. Is he going to now re-maneuver this way? Because, I mean, these two guys aren't really doing anything at this point. Oh, the counter attack is real. I actually missed this. Yeah, it's over. It's actually over. So quickly, let's take a look at that. That might have been his most ingenious move. They've gone for the rematch, but let me just look at this briefly and see if this assessment is actually correct. Because after takes, it's a draw. But the move is first rook h7, queen. Oh, queen f1, but still doesn't make any sense. After king comes in here, what's the move? Queen to f7, and this is a draw. I think this is debatable. I think this is debatable. I think this is debatable. Yes, I don't like disagree with the wealth of pieces, but I think this is debatable. Easy draw. Yes, of course. Yes, Royals just wants me to look stupid. Yeah, 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 right. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to game 2. And by the way, you've been missing a lot of London defeating strong players as you've been gone. So yeah, I mean, those who can draw it say it's an easy draw. Those who think there's a problem, like me, think this game can be won. We have a sort of like English Catalan, which is Royal's favorite. So yeah, c4, but not the line I play. Don't worry, guys. When I become a very strong chess player, the London system will become the most popular opening in the world. Either it becomes the most popular opening in the world, or I become the most hated chess player in the world. I'll be like Magnus always defeating with the Catalan. Just that it will be the London system I'll be using. But the first game was interesting. The first game was definitely interesting. King to h8 always tells me my opponent wants to play aggressive chess. Knight takes, open the bishop's diagonal. London is for people that play boring chess. Better get out of the chat. Everybody is being ruthless against the London system until they realize they just can't beat it. D4. White is better here. I'm inclined to agree, but okay, you are the English extraordinaire, so you can really tell who has the advantage in these kinds of positions. But it's sort of like a hanging pawn structure, if I'm right, right? You've never lost to the London. Well, prepare yourself. You'll be losing to many more Londons soon. I'm going to raise up a guild of London chess players and we'll take over Ghana chess by storm. The London will become the official opening of Ghana. Fix the pawn structure. Yeah, okay, now Royals, I'm inclined to believe that this position is equal. Yeah, but white has allowed black to fix his position. So I'm inclined to think that this position is now drawish. Now, of course, endgame is very important, but yeah. Those of us who have the strength, who don't have the endgame strength, would lose this position 1,000 times. But those who do have the endgame strength, I think can play this position. He's locking out the bishop. Yeah, well, there's f5. h3 doesn't stop it. Yeah. I mean, if I was the one playing against the English, I'd always win. Because the English is a bad opening. I'm putting myself in so much trouble in today's stream. Bishop f1. If you can force the trade of bishops, then maybe white has a more active position. I think that's what you're arguing. Okay. Yes, this bishop is definitely bad, yeah. And he plays it. That's actually not. I don't think this is good. I mean, I think we'll go for a draw with this, right? But now you've helped him become active. That's, and all your pawns are on light squares, right? So in pawns of the same color, with pawns of the same color, with bishops of the same color, the person who has his pawns on the weaker color complex. Oh, come on. I'm tired. These pawns are becoming weak. Bishop gets back. Yeah. Now you're having ideas of this. Rook coming in here is not an issue. Rook coming in here maybe is an issue. You like chess, but it's hard. Ah, well, you get used to it. You get used to it. Like any difficult thing you've done in this world, you get used to it. Whoosh. Okay, I can't pronounce. I can't. If that's French, I'm bad at French. I'm very good. Thank you, I guess. Okay. Do you force a trade of rooks? Maybe, maybe not. Because if you play rook to c7, rook to d7 can also be played. So I don't really know what you want to go for here. Ah, in this case, if this, you just come back. I think you have to trade off here. He declines and goes for active play. I thought he was actually going to go here and try and target these guys. Yeah, he's been looking dredge for a while. How long have I been playing chess? It's always this is always sketchy, because I always count serious chess from like 20. What? What? Is he really just going to try and thinking about king up and then rook here? I'm really confused about this whole idea. What was that trade for? Yeah, now you're in a very tough position. It still isn't, because now the king can come in here. This game will not be a draw. I mean, with the blunder that Bannerman just made, I think it's I can agree with you, because I feel like now black has some pressure. Rook e5 look better. Rook e5 going to g5. Okay, I think I see the idea there. But maybe like 7 years. It's a rough estimate. 7, 8 years. But then again, okay, I think he's gonna go rook. He's gonna go g4, g4, g3. But don't worry. I think if white is quick, at any time he can trade off that rook. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Why suddenly Bannerman took the aggressive approach? Because now your king can't move. He's very, very like passive where he is. You're about to get swarmed. Like, I don't get why you'd allow this to happen to yourself. No, 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 no. None of them are. That was eons ago, guys. That was, Royal, that was eons ago. Oh, I miss those kids. He was in a mating net. Let's see that. Where was the mating net? Where was the mating net? Because if you even try pushing this pawn, I can just lock the position. I get the scare of this, but there was nothing there, and at least from what I saw. So I don't know. We'll get back into it. We'll get back into it. So let's just jump into this position. King is coming in here. He still can't. You double the black rook, still doesn't lead to a problem because you just come back. Because the rooks would have to get to the back rank in the first place. Your bishop guards it, your rook guards. I don't see it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. I don't think there was a mating net there in the slightest. Maybe king to g5. King to g5, rook to g6. Or just take the free pawn. Oh, I'm multi-streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. On Twitch, yes. So I'm saying the YouTube chat so you guys can know about what's going on. So yeah, someone said there's a mating net, but I don't see a mating net, to be frank. Yeah, we will check the Arakan match, but we want to focus on these are the winners, right? This is who the champion is going to be. So we are trying to figure out who the champion is. So this is what we want to focus on, so that we can get a holistic analysis as well. And this will also be a video. I might just do a brief analysis of these games and put it in the video. You neither, yeah, same with me. I don't see the mating net. I don't think it's possible. But wasn't G3 possible like 4 moves ago? G3 had been played many years ago. Oh, you mean for black? Yes, I think so. I'm sorry, I've lost track of the game. Let me. Oh! Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. That's painful and that's sad. Yeah, now black is clearly winning. Black is clearly winning. That is not like this. Not like this. He's banned from playing the English. No, it's just proof of how bad the English is. Don't hate on the guy, hate on the opening. The opening sucks. Wait, is it perpetual? No. This bishop can't do anything. Now you can attack the bishop if you want. Bishop to c2. Yeah. I mean, guys, this is why you play the London and not the English, right? Oh, trade-off. I mean, why wouldn't you? Rook takes check, rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, and then you're fine. Okay. I mean, there were other things he could have done, but he decided to play this. Takes, rook. Rook is free. Okay. Okay. I don't know what he was aiming for, but it was definitely not a stalemate, that's for sure. GG. So now we are going for an Armageddon. We're going for an Armageddon between Bannerman and Sneaker Lord. They're going to bid on time, like you know, in the CGC, you know, in all these online tournaments. So while they do that, I really wanted us to look at the game, but let's see if Arakan is playing. Okay, Arakan's game is going on. Random Noob won the first game. Arakan is low on time. He might lose this game. On the basis of time. I don't know what's going on. Preventing pawn push, but you can just jump up and go pawn push. There's no increment, so I guess I mean I think we can just close our eyes to this game and know that Arakan has lost. And he's lost 2 in a row, so that's it. Arakan gets 4th position. He played very well, but all of a sudden during this point in this section in during this section in the tournament, he just went off. Okay, so let's quickly jump to Sneaker Lord's game. The last game I think is of interest to most people because many people are thinking that there are tactics and stuff that could have happened that did not happen. So let's turn off the engine first and let's look at this with our own eyes. So we looked at it from White's point of view, sorry. And yeah, so at this point we like White's position because of, for example, this backward pawn and what do you call it? This kind of pawn structure around the king. So we kind of like it. But then black, and you lose a very strong bishop here, right? But White allows this whole trade, which creates a kind of like drawish end game, right? The pawn structure is equal, not symmetrical, but equal. Why do we say that? 4 on 4, 2 on 2. So it's a pawn like equal. When did I say that? I never said that. No. The English opening is the worst opening, second to the French. Yeah, so this is all, I mean, looking drawish at this point. Rook to b1 makes sense because he wants to keep this pawn defended. But the point is the bishop can actually move. The queen is the one defending this, so the bishop can actually move. I don't know, but fine. I don't think this is completely bad. But takes, and here Royals was saying that the position is good for White, which I can agree with because I think the important file is going to be controlled by White. And what I was looking at here in the end game is that White has most of his pawns on dark squares, Black has most of his pawns on light squares. So his bishop will be able to capture these guys or prevent them from moving, while this will not be able to do much, ideally. So here, this is his bad bishop, right? And he's trying to trade it for White's Black's good bishop, in quotes. But knowing the whole circumstance, he decides to reject this whole thing, which is nice because you are trying to like keep this king stuck on the back rank. But then again, you are making your opponent's light squared bishop bad, right? So you can see these are the small nuances. These are the small nuances that kind of explain why the engine suddenly changes its like evaluation a bit. So here you are saying instead of Black playing that, I should have played b5, which would have helped him at some point in the game, right? But then he does this and allows his opponent to play it says after Black plays bishop f3, then b5. White rather plays b5. Okay, b5 would have also helped Black. b5, and if pawn takes, we expand this way with our bishop. I'm guessing that's what you're looking at. Or we take with our rook and then eventually try and double up and put pressure on it. One of them. Bannerman 8 minutes with black. And Sneaker Lord bid. Wow, that means Sneaker Lord wanted white. That's crazy. Okay, the game hasn't started. You take with the rook. Okay, I think I see where your mind is going. Again, my endgame struggles sometimes. But then here, the game hasn't started yet. I'm still looking at it. Here, I think, is where the mate. Here again, you can see straightforward. Like g4. I don't see it. I don't see it. I agree with the engine that black has pressure, but I don't see a mate in it over here, right? b5 hands bishop. I'm in different positions, guys. b5 hangs bishop. This pawn push here. If takes, we take here. That's what we're looking at. It doesn't hang the bishop. So yeah, the Armageddon bit came out. Bannerman bit 8 minutes. So and Sneaker Lord bid 9 minutes 30 seconds. So Bannerman gets black. If he draws, he wins. And if he wins, he wins. But white has to win by checkmate. White has to win by checkmate or by time run out. But if it's stalemate or it's a draw, black wins. I don't know why Sneaker Lord bid 9 minutes, because everybody knows you have to go around like 8 minutes to 7 minutes if you want to win this. The game hasn't started yet. Yeah, but that's what we're looking at here. b5 hangs the bishop for black. Oh, you're saying that when we finally played f3 here, when we played f3 here, playing b5 hangs the bishop. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You're correct. Yeah. But this whole transformation of the position did not really make much sense, and you can see it. White is playing very strange moves, and now white is very passive because this rook is kind of stuck to the defense of this pawn temporarily, but it's going to be a nuisance. And he finally gets the king to a subtly safe square, but then eventually comes. Wait, white was winning here. Interesting. King comes in, and this is a blunder because there's an attack brewing. Check, king comes in. I was thinking it was this, but it's not. What could the winning move be here? Bishop takes is not the move because rook takes is a problem. Bishop e6 with the idea of coming in here, but bishop e6 don't. Okay, we don't have that yet. Bishop e6 targeting this, targeting the rook here. Let's say rook takes. What do we do? Check. King comes in here. Check. And that's mate, right? Okay, let's look at it. So here you're attacking the rook. If you save your rook, you get hit with this. If king comes in here, you have this. And then king comes in here. Still there's no mate. Okay, wait, there's this, yeah. And this is mate. Yeah, so that's correct. That's one. That's your opponent has to allow it. Then the next one is what's the other one? Rook to c1, king is boxed in. Let's just see, rook to c1. Rook to c1, king is boxed in. But where's rook to c1 targeting? Let me just see this. Rook to c1 is good, but what's it targeting? Oh, maybe we are just coming in here and then there's a similar plan to what Royals was talking about. I think that's the case. Okay, the game has started. Let's go straight into it. Nope. Not Maxwell's game. Maxwell doesn't play the landing. We don't care. D4. Let's go. Get royals angry. Get royals angry. Bishop to C4. Bishop to F4. Yes! Oh. Oh. Oof. 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 Oh. London haters are in shambles. The London haters are in shambles. Auto loss for white. You'd be shocked how many games he's won. C4 is bad. Don't play C4. At least not here. Now E4 is a very good plan. E4, E5 is where you're going. The London haters are in shambles. You can play pawn push. Actually, it's slightly different. Normally, I like to play this move. Provoke this move sometimes. You can go takes, pawn takes, queen takes. And the whole point of this is after pawn push, you have a mate threat. Right? Beautiful, beautiful line. I will show you guys later. But how do we continue here? G4, G5 is really pushing it. It's fine, but it's really pushing it. Okay, you can take. Knight takes, pawn takes, rook comes in here. Rook comes in, the queen has to go all the way back. The queen can't stay here. Okay, maybe the queen can stay here. I'm looking at, for example, like after rook h5, queen here, you could play this move. What? Yeah, you could have avoided it. No, not just queen takes. What is going on? What is going on? Is there a trap? Rook h4? Rook h4? Rook h4 is trapped. Yes, yes. No, it's not trapped. No, it's not trapped. Queen goes. What is going on? Why are you disgracing the London system? Oh my God. Now to defend the London system, I have to play against royals. Come on, guys. Why couldn't you just beat this opening? I'm sad. I'm very sad. I mean, knight to h4, then just repeats moves, right? Knight h4, queen comes in here, knight jumps back, queen goes back. Because if the queen comes in here, you come back, you can come in this way. So we all know the London is trash. No. We all agree the London is trash. No. The player is trash. The London is superior, right? The player is trash. You know, after all this nonsense I've said, someone's going to watch this video and get very depressed and very sad because I've really dissed them. What? Why she resign? No. There's still something you can do in the London system if you don't give up. So you should keep trying. Don't be. This is my London. This is my London, but he's playing it badly. I mean, I could have won this game with my eyes closed. All you have to do is play the London system. Your opponent doesn't know what to do, and you win. Yeah, you can see a brewing attack. Yeah. He's going to play a very dangerous move with G4, which is very dangerous. But I'm sure he's going to go G4, G5. White actually looks fine here. And Royals admits it. Thank you. What I'm seeing is what Royals is now actually seeing. Now G4. G4, G5. It's dangerous, but it's like I think it's the only way Black can hope for anything. You can try. It's too slow. King is too slow. You don't need to be safe. You need to be aggressive. Pawn takes. He loses the queen. Don't allow your opponent to fix his position. Oh, dang it. Oh, actually, he's winning. London. So what were you guys saying? What were you guys saying? Why didn't he just take? Now I sacrifice the rook. And he sacrifices the rook! Rook takes... What? You guys are fans of bottom chess. How do you not see this? I'm getting pissed off. You are fans of bottom chess. How do... He's still winning, but you could have won. You want to play as someone with both of these guys? I mean, like this is clinical. You end the game. Rook takes check. If pawn takes queen takes check. King comes in here. Checkmate. Checkmate. Oh my goodness. Anyways, even in a bad position, the London system strikes back. Can you sacrifice here? I don't think so. He's made the position so much harder to win. And I wasted my loud voice by shouting when we got this anticlimactic ending. Yeah, I was thinking I was going to get a clip. And you guys just decided, and Sneakerlord decided he won't give me a clip. I should flag him. Well, I mean, Black is doing a very nice job. He's locking the position. If he locks up the position, this is looking like, I don't know if you guys have done, Black can draw. I mean, no over. But what White should aim to do is to try and trade off all the pieces. And now maybe he has to plug the knight in the position. Ah, that's bad. Knight jumps in. If you bring it back, he's going to infiltrate. So you have to allow it to happen. So this guy comes in. This infiltration, you don't want it to happen. Yeah, now white is fine. White is completely fine. Yes, he does have to watch out for this, but it's not a big deal. Nope, it's not locked. It's locked, yes, but this is not a very difficult lock to deal with. It's not a difficult lock to deal with, especially now that you've allowed your opponent to infiltrate. There is not a difficult lock. Rook. If he's able to draw this, that would be impressive. He shouldn't have played bishop to b5. He should have played rook takes gh6. Rook takes h6. That's what he should have played. He's gonna try and push this pawn. Okay. Can't do anything there. Maybe it's a future plan. How do we make this knight useful? We have to get this knight here or here. So one, okay, how do we get this knight here? We need to come here. How do we get there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's still bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. And then coming in here. He does this. I don't think this works. The only thing you guys are making me happy to see is that Royals is scratching his head wherever he is right now at how Black has not still won, at how White has still not won this game. Actually, he's happy that White hasn't won this game. Black, I'm using you to flex. He should be playing waiting, but he's trying to force the issue, which is detrimental. This is entertaining chess, if nothing else. Okay, well, now this is the problem, and Black has wasted his time. Now this rook is defending. How do we Again, how do we put pressure? How do we get here? Yeah, once you have to start making retreating moves like this, you know that you have messed up. This knight needs a job, and it's not having one. So rook here, and we start pushing the pawn, right? Yeah, this is basically Bobby Fischer Boris Spassky. Okay. If we could find some strange way to defend this square, we just play rook and then takes, and that's a problem. I mean, black has been completely lost for a very long time. And again, I'll point you to rook takes h6. There's nothing you can do. You can just resign. There's nothing more to be done. Pawn push, rook comes in here. You can't do anything again. Very nice. Another game. Yes, take the knight. True. Just take the knight. Knight, rook takes. You take with your queen. King takes, and you take and promote into a queen. Or you just take the knight, rook takes, and promote into a queen with check. Resign, Bannerman. Resign. He was hoping for a draw, but he messed up big time. Okay. All that's left is rook b8. And the game is over. I don't think there's a draw. I don't think you can get stalemate easily. Nah, I'm trying to figure out what he's looking for, but it doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, maybe checkmate, right? Very interesting checkmate. Yeah, but very nice. So guys, this wasn't a mistake. This wasn't a blunder. It was a sacrifice, right, guys? It was a sacrifice. Where is it? Not here. It was a sacrifice. I'm sure black was better in this position. I don't doubt black was better in this. Unless, of course, I don't know my landing system well enough. White was better in this position. I don't know my landing system. Can you believe it? Okay. I don't know my landing system. I have to go and study this line. What I do know is g4, g5. I know it is an idea, but I didn't know about this whole plan with bishop coming in, takes, queen comes in here, and you just walk the king to the side. And he played perfectly according to the engine. Wow. It looks like black is better, but now we are correct. Now we are correct that white has messed it up, because you have to be very precise here. The move here, which is not easy to see, is king to e2. So he played precisely until he got to this point, where now black was like evening things out, until black started playing these passive strange moves, and then eventually the game turned into a different thing. So the winner of the UG Rapid Chess Championship, the first ever UG Rapid Chess Championship, unless of course, let me just confirm before I make a wrong announcement. is no announcement. I'll say it's Bannerman. University of Ghana. University of Ghana. Wait, that's it's Bannerman. Sorry, it's Sneakerlord. It's Sneakerlord. That's the university I went to. I did a bachelor's degree in agricultural science. I majored in crop breeding, and as you can see, I'm breeding the London system over here. Steve Harvey. I talking about that clip where Steve Harvey had some Ghanaians on his show, and the guy was like, "Yes, please." I don't know. Yeah, we do say yes, please a lot here, especially when we're talking to our elders. We say yes, please a lot. And those who actually make the mistakes are those who say please, yes. It's so interesting. The Arakan game we know is already done. Just waiting for any other announcements, and I'll let you guys know. But guys, I'll recommend you check out the Grand K chess. I'm not streaming that. That's high level chess. I don't want to be, Royals, I streamed the 13th Africa Games where Amin Bassem, Shahenda, and all some of the top Africa chess players were playing. That was the biggest headache of my life. They make a move and I'm like, yes, so this move, and I'm streaming and I'm like, I don't get the reason why they are making the move. And someone's like, oh, just look at the engine lines, you will understand. 5 moves into the engine lines, I still don't get it. Hey, Kirby, thank you for also being around. I really do appreciate it. I really hated looking at the Africa Games. The AICC2 was a little bit problematic, but thanks to a little bit of advice from a little bit of advice from Idupupu, I was able to do it. You wouldn't have been any better. Hey, but there's this very nice sacrifice from Bassem Amin. Oh, it was so beautiful. I wrote it down. I wrote it down. Nope, sorry. I wrote it down. Where is it? Desktop. Nope, where is it? No. Where did I write it down? Did I write it over here? I want to show you the game before I end of the stream. If you end up moving to St. Kitts like I want, you're going to play on the Olympia team. Nice. That's cool. If you can get that. Wait, did I write this down or did I type it? Usually I type, but for some reason I can't seem to. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Where did I put this? Let me search for it. I'll find it for you, Royals. Don't worry. Very beautiful sacrifice. Watch broadcasts. Okay, okay, then I'll send it to you. No problem. Where is it? Africa Games. I think it was the Blitz portion. Blitz, mixed Blitz. Round 1. Hey, no problem. Thanks for being around. Bassem Amin. It wasn't this, was it? No, it wasn't this. Okay, I'll do that. Off stream. But guys, thank you so much for being around. This has been PM Chess. Thank you for being around. And I do appreciate your presence here as always. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube, and also follow or subscribe to the Twitch. Thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Usual streaming time. Have a great one. Peace.